A Nashville Predators fan faces charges after he threw a catfish onto the ice during last night's Game 1 of the Stanley Cup in Pittsburgh. Jacob Waddell of Nolensville has been charged with possessing instruments of crime, disrupting meetings, and disorderly conduct after he launched that catfish over the glass. It's a Nashville tradition during the second period. The TBI is even having fun with this one on social media. You see there, they tweeted, quote, "We've seen a lot of instruments of crime over the years. Can honestly say we've seen a case with one of these," unquote.
Little unusual. Well, even though it was a heroic effort, the catfish did not bring the Predators a whole lot of luck last night.
You're talking about the effort of the team, not
yes,
the guy tossing
definitely.
the catfish. Yeah. The Pittsburgh Penguins beat the Preds 5-3 in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Sports reporter Jill Jelnick joins us now with more on a game that got exciting and then was a letdown.
I mean, well, they got behind so early, and you know, it was the first time they had trailed by 3 goals all playoff long. Then they came back. It tied it up, but it just wasn't enough last night. So obviously a disappointing loss, Game 1 loss for the Predators. Even though Nashville did make that late comeback, it just wouldn't be enough. Now, so the Stanley Cup, it's the Game 2 tomorrow night. And so what's going to happen is there's going to be another watch party. Last night there was a watch party for Game 1 in the Full Moon Burger and Bar restaurant right here in North Shore. Multiple watch parties here in Chattanooga, but Channel 3 went to this one. At the Full Moon American Burger and Bar, spoke to some of the Preds fans there about their thoughts on the game. And even though it wasn't the outcome they wanted, fans still remain optimistic.
Pretty upset right now. I wish they would have pulled out the win, but I like how they came back and showed a lot of grit. They've been good this year, so I hope they can pull out the rest of the wins and, you know, bring a cup back to Tennessee, which has never happened before.
As I mentioned, Game 2 is tomorrow night in Pittsburgh, so they will have that watch party again. I know there's a couple more watch parties throughout Chattanooga. Something interesting, when we talked to the fans, a lot of them, there were new fans, you know, kind of jumping on the bandwagon a little bit. They're old Preds fans, but very welcoming to the bandwagon fans, just because the Preds is a newer franchise compared to most of the other hockey teams, only been around for 19 years. So basically, if you're into the Preds, all aboard.
That's right. You don't necessarily have to be a hockey fan, but certainly a Preds fan. You can learn about hockey as you watch.
And you love to see the support. It's not just in Nashville, but it's the entire state. And like you said, bringing that win back to Tennessee would be huge.
Game 2 right here on Channel 3. Jill,
thanks, Jill.